bass. I just want horns. I want them like in 360 degrees all around me, pointing, and I want my eardrums bleeding, and I want I don't know. I just want that song. Wake up! Good morning. How you doing? Doug Rice! Wake up. I ain't got time. I don't have time. None of you have time. Are you watching? Are you see what's happening, right? I ain't even got to tell you. You know. Let's do this. Welcome. Thank you so much for you guys coming in, showing up, being here. Monday. I got a screen here. 21st of November 2022. 2022 as we barrel headlong, cascading into the oblivion that is caucasity, that grips Negroes by the throat, only for a little while longer. But you guys know the drill. This is the Doug Rice Show. This is what I do. I do it when it hits me to do, when I have content, when I have something to say, and I usually do. But this morning, saddens me to inform you, unfortunately, that my wonderful moderator, her mother, in fact, passed away over the weekend. And, dear goodness gracious, gosh, please pray for her circumstances. Pray for her countenance. Pray to the Almighty that He lift her up and try to soothe her at this absolutely horrible moment in her existence, with the hope that God Almighty will resurrect Katrina's lost mother. Again, folks, please send your shout out to her in chat. She is not here, unfortunately, but she will read it. And again, it hit me. I'm certain it hit her like you have no comprehension. Either do I. I'm just floored at it. I found out well late. So focused on trying to keep things afloat. And again, please, thoughts and prayers on a serious note to my wonderful moderator, her mother passing. All right. Okay, so you guys understand. You're looking, right. You're watching what happened. Now look. Don't get comfortable. Don't get comfortable. Don't get in your fucking feelings. You're here to watch me, to listen to me, to hear me. I'm not a minister. I'm not preaching to you. I'm not trying to gather a fucking flock. That's not what I do. I watch. I watch as these folks around here claiming to be messiahs and touched by the hand of God Almighty and yada, 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 collecting the money, trying to take folks to Ethiopia. Shut up. Sit your Negro asses down. You hear the voice of God Almighty. You feel the spirit of the Creator upon you, and you want to use it for gain in the sense that you wish to calm brothers and sisters and elevate yourself. I understand that Ben Yuda dude is still at his fun and games. He's on platforms aplenty just to collecting the cash, Same old graft, same old BS. That's what they're about. But for those that are weak-minded enough to fall for those individuals that claim to be the savior, the Messiah, yada, yada, yada. Look. Pretty plain. The Creator said it. It's coming with the clouds, in the clouds, with the clouds. Everybody's going to see it, in other words. At the same time, unmistakably, there is no question. Don't worry about it. Ain't nobody got to ask nobody. And guess what? The Messiah's not going to show up on TikTok. The Messiah's not going to show up on social media. And more importantly, folks, I might just continue here. The Messiah is definitely not going to be asking for fucking donations. Are you kidding me? Don't do that. Don't fall for that shit. Look, I listen to, I adhere to the, if you will, ascribed teachings of two people that I chose, that I settle on. Settle on who you wish to settle on. But if if it looks like a rat and it smells like a rat and they keep taking this and they keep taking that and they're not really saying the same shit that's not going anywhere, well, get the fuck out of my life. What are you doing? Look, I give, but T.I. Ministries, the reason I dig T.I. and Dante Fortune is because literally there's not two words comes out their mouth that don't refer to scriptures. That's it for me. I'm good. I'm good. I found what it works and it works, but the Messiahs, y'all follow them if you want to. Okay, that's not an opening, but it's it's half-ass open. How we doing this morning? Everybody ready for the Monday? Come on now, it's 9:06. Some of y'all at work already. You know you grinning and cheesing and stepping and fetching and shit. How much Negro warmth have you given away this morning? And it's only 9:06, huh? Yeah, let me help you with that shit. I'm Doug Rice. My job is to get that goddamn grin off Negro faces. And let me tell you something. They feel they have what it takes to wipe the grin off our faces themselves. And you got to take control of this situation, folks. If you're going to smile, smile. If you're going to tap dance, tap dance. If you're going to placate, placate. If you're going to apologize, well, fucking apologize. Get to it. But if you are a committed Hebrew, Negro, we're going to delve into that today. If you are all that in a hefty bag of chips and you are ready to take the stand, let me tell you, they are ready to meet your challenge. All right? I just want you to understand where we're at this day. This day, we got 7 topics. It's what I do. Got brand new tablets too. Isn't that nice? 7 topics. I don't know if you can see them. The light was pretty bright. Pretty good. You know what I do. I do 7 topics and we talk about Negro news and I'm out this month because I got shit to do. What about you? I do not read chat. We all know that. I can't do 2 things at the same time. For goodness sake. Man, I can't do that shit. Only women can do that shit. Focus on 15, 16 things. So I can't do that. I'm focused on this. All right. Let's see what it brings. So, first topic. I think we all know, don't we? We know what's happening. Y'all know what's happening, right? Y'all watching. This ain't a fucking game. You know that, right? It's real. These people are serious. The moves that they are making defy imagination. And I will tell you, topic 1, the anchor topic. Let me tell you where we are, Negroes. We are in the eye of the storm. Do you hear me? Look, 911, all hands on deck, pay the fuck attention. Wake the fuck up. I don't care how you want me to frame it. So you at least get your ass at attention. We're in the eye of the storm. I know everything seems chill, right? The vote came and went. And they're positioning themselves ready to do horrible things. Oh, they're ready to do some shit. They're ready to stir the pot that creates the civil war they so want badly. Or they want so badly. You got to think about this. First, Marjorie Taylor Greene. Literal an influx from the trailer. Just not even a hair step away from a double wide. Marjorie Taylor Greene is now positioning herself in a position of power to powerfully just wreak havoc. And that havoc is going to have repercussions. I've written about it. America is finished. And right now, we're in the eye of the storm. The countdown continues. Tick, tick, tick off each action that you see that moves them toward conflict. Open warfare is where these folks are headed. It is not safe for Negroes. And we'll prove it today. I got some gems for you today, folks. Because that's what I do. I want you to understand the seriousness with which you are in a serious situation. You are in a situation, most niggers don't even know. Oh, did I say Negroes? Don't even know that they are in a situation that mandates the attention of every single one of us. Any one of us that is not paying specific attention to what's happening in this country right now, you're putting yourself in danger. The countdown continues. Time is short. And they're maneuvering themselves politically to wreak havoc that will eventually point in Negro direction. And it is not a joke. They want to relive the Confederacy. They want to refight the war that they lost. I'm telling you this. The progeny of those individuals who have created just a group within their society that still hold on to those days of old. They're mad when they see those Confederate statues come down. They talk about that being their goddamned heritage. What the fuck is going on? The heritage of enslavement. The decision to do what we wish to do with people we choose to enslave and answer for it, not even in the least. That's the society that they want to go back to. Ask their children. Ask them. Their children are telegraphing their intent, and we are in the eye of the storm as they set for this new year. Right in the government, they're going to play out this game. This game of who is what and what is who. And I'm going to tell you something, folks. The disruption hasn't even begun. They're going to let the holidays pass. They're going to let the holidays pass. They're going to let them run out of gas over in Europe. They're going to let all this play out as they do the things that they do situationally that will affect me and you. And it's a serious, serious situation to be in. But again, countdown continues. And again, we are the generation. We are that generation that was spoken of long ago. The one that talked about the last days and what to expect. This is it, folks. And as you look around and you see them project every single thing that goes against the king, everything that they want to do, everything that they enjoy, all the things that feel good. You know what I'm saying? There's very little right going on. And I'll take right over good all damn day. All right, so that's the anchor topic. I hope I haven't lost anybody. Hope everybody's still with me. If you are, please stick with me. If not, I bid you a fond farewell. This is the Doug Rice Show. This is what I do every chance I get. What we are involved in, folks, as we move on, the next topic of discussion, the topic I think most folks don't pay attention to, the spirits and unseen forces. The spirits and unseen forces, that's what's driving these people mad. These folks that seem to gravitate toward us with malevolent hatred that suddenly now shows up and pops up everywhere. They want to do things to us that are just unheard of. And they're driven by all sorts of unseen things that are here around us right now. Now, Daniel talked about it, talked about having the angel fight through everything that surrounds us. And let me tell you, I can go through the list. We got the Nephilim, the leftovers, that thing that whatever created the Nephilim, even the physicality of them passing on did not remove that spirit that now walks about this earth or encircles the globe, driving these individuals crazy. Even more than that, you guys got to think, they made animals that were unclean. They genetically manipulated all sorts of creatures and infused within them that foreign spirit. When destroyed, now roams about the earth trapped in this atmosphere. And if you don't believe me, all you got to do is look around, check it out, see it. I mean, I'm only saying what most don't want to say. They have nowhere to go. They cannot escape. And the end of these beings is this close. And so they're agitated. And as a result, they agitate those that are prone to be agitated. And of course, the lack of melanin, as I've said earlier, as I said before, makes it much easier for these types of unseen beings to affect those that we call, well, if you want to, Caucasians, I suppose. And that's not me saying this. This is scientific proof that's it's in video. They've talked about it. Whatever melanin does, whatever that element does, it also shields and protects those who have enough of it from unseen forces that can affect your everyday life. That is not fairy tale. That's a fact. That's something that they've said. All right. Yeah, folks. So thank you again for showing up. I appreciate it. I know it's Monday morning. Most of you at work, but this usually goes for the crowd that watches afterwards. And how's everybody doing out there? Those of you that are not at work, those of you that work from home, those of you that are retired, I do appreciate you showing. Please like, please subscribe, please share. I want to tell you something. You got two choices of what's about to come down on Negroes. Let me make sure I say that correctly. Two choices. Very, 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 very singular in their choice. Focus or fold. I've seen it. Now, everybody talking about Kyrie. Did he fold or did he focus? I believe the only thing he said is the apology didn't come soon enough, which to me, that sounds like folding. I don't know. Was he prepared to lose it all? Did he walk away? What did they give him? An ultimatum? What occurred in the meeting? Why don't we know what happened? It's a sore point with me. Focusing or folding. Creases leave seams. You can always see when something's been folded. You know what I mean? So now I want to see what happens after this. His first game, whatever. Two choices you got. We're stiff-necked. So usually we focus. Now, I don't know if Kyrie has been talked to a point that he broke. Maybe they threatened him bodily. I don't know. What do you think? I don't know. I do know this. He has apologized. For them, that's a victory. We have to remember that that's a victory. And whatever was done to get him broken, they will certainly attempt to apply on us, as certain as I am sitting here. You know this is a fact, folks. They do not like this conversation. They don't like Hebrews, true Israel, waking up, even though it was spoken of in Scripture. So they're gonna give us two choices. They're gonna tell you one of two choices. You can either focus on what we tell you to focus on, or you can fold into obscurity, into an inability to support yourself, perhaps even into non-existence. Who knows? I think it's important we understand, though, that the choice is coming in front of all of us. And let me tell you something. I've heard this talked about, guillotines. Have you heard about this, folks? Have you heard about guillotines being purchased by the United States government? I've heard about it. Heard about it for years. I didn't think too much of it till lately. Esau. Who is Esau? I don't know. I mean, some say Esau is the white man. Some say Esau is Saudi Arabia. I don't know, but they all seem focused on the same thing because you'll see Saudi Arabia is taking off heads. They're beheading people. And they may be doing it with swords. You got to be good at that shit. But doesn't it dovetail nicely as we watched Jared Kushner make his second deal with the Saudis just last week? He got $2 billion off that. So Esau, Saudi Arabia, white guy, I don't know. Maybe they're all combined. It does say that the end of things, that's Esau. Esau is the end. Jacob, the beginning. Just a kind of a tie-in, focusing or folding. They seem to be focused. Will you fold? But very, very interesting. Negroes are Hebrews. I'm going to say that as pointedly as possible. I want that to be understood. Negroes are Hebrews. Now, listen, as I've just learned recently that clarifies things, there are a few Hebrews, as Abraham is the father of many nations, and the nations of Eber, which is where we descend from, that commonality, certainly a mix, but Negroes are Hebrews. And I say this as only to say, I've talked about Hispanic, Latino, I've talked about the accent, I've talked about speaking a different language juxtaposed to having the features of Negroes. And I'm beginning to understand that the words Hebrews, the words Jews, the words Israelite, they've all been muddied. They've all been muddy. They've all been just taken advantage of. You know, all three terms, Hebrews, Israelite, and Jews, you know, almost interchangeably so. I've seen one and the other go. I mean, but here's the deal. Negroes is unique, isn't it? And it's mentioned in scripture too. That's what's interesting to me. It should be interesting to you. I say this because they keep talking about who's a real Hebrew, who's a real Israelite, who's a real Jew. Well, let me just say this to you. You know who Negroes are, don't you? Now, Negroes are Hebrews. Now, does that mean that you know, there are other Hebrews that might be? I suppose, but the tribe of Judah was brought here in ships, and those of us with curly hair, burnt bronze skin, those of us you know are Negroes, not imports, not not immigrants, not folks from Africa, not Ham. Negroes, very unique. Got to learn to say that word when I speak. You looked earlier. I fucked up a little bit. Anyway, look, another thing. I think one other thing I think that's important. We've gotten away from this. We don't talk about our choice results, do we, Negroes? I see them out there. I go from show to show. I've heard people talk about their profits, and I've heard them talk about their all kinds of titles that they bestow upon themselves, and gladly so. But we rarely talk about our choice results, do we? Our choice results in that, you know, Kanye said something very interesting. What did he say? Slavery was a choice. I took offense to him saying that. I did. I took great offense to him saying that because I framed it in the wrong manner. And then I re examined what he said. And I think that to say living with our choice results is a better manner. And here's why I say that. This was a choice in that we chose to be disobedient openly. And for that, we have received the punishment of that disobedience. That is the enslavement that we have suffered. And I see quite a few of us really lean in, including myself, lean in into the oppressor and their part and all that they've done to mitigate, marginalize, murder Negroes for centuries right in front of our eyes. But let me just say this. Our choice results really make a difference in how you focus on our circumstances. It's not just them abusing us. It's us putting ourselves in this place, in this circumstance as a result of our choices that we as a people made long ago. But most folks try to figure out, how can we pay for the things that happened so long ago back in the day? And the only way to really put that together is to understand that we are, in fact, those Negroes from so far long ago. We are those people in some cosmically osmosis. I don't know. We are those individuals. The genetic information passing down. Who knows? If you don't think so, tell me the white supremacists that murder Negroes today are not the same people that murdered us back in the 1800s, are not the same people that murdered us back in the day. They're not the same people. So it's kind of a consistency in what I see. And as our punishment was meted out for our actions, so will their punishment be meted out for theirs. I mean, so many of you have said it before, if he hasn't held back from punishing his children, then what makes you think he's not going to punish those that abused his children? Yeah, I think so too. So our choice results. Remember how we got here. You know, origins matter. I say that all the time. I talk about us being brought here in chains, but how did we get those chains around our necks? Our choice results. That's what did it. They have a choice too. Remember that. Now they're faced with a choice as well. And the results of their choice, they will certainly fail. All right, so like that, I like that. I don't know. I'm trying to get back in the saddle. We know, everybody knows I made a Freudian slip. What the hell do you want me to do? But I will recover. I always do. Think of this, folks. If I get canceled, so what? I'll go on the street. Who cares? I don't care. A lot of you all, me, I don't know. You know, one thing I think all of us have wondered here of late, I think this is a real, I think, I can change this, can I? I think this is a real question for each of us that are in tune with being Negro. And again, I don't know about Hebrew, Israelite. I don't know about Jew. I'm almost ready to set those aside, aren't you? Because Negro, again, that differentiates us from all others. They know who we talking about when we talking about that, Negro, right? So, yeah. Why now? Why now? Why now? Why now all of a sudden, just as our 400 years seems to come to a close, why are they up in their arms, up in our faces about, you know, being in their most important places? I don't understand this. We assert that we are Hebrews. I mean, that was done very offhandedly. You know, it wasn't, I don't think, it was no Kyrie in your face with that. I mean, I can't imagine, you know, Kanye is a different story. You know, what do you want me to do? But why now? They've lived with who we've said they are for centuries. They haven't been up in arms about it. They haven't been in their goddamn feelings about us telling the truth about their history. Shit, they put up the goddamn Confederate statues. That wasn't our doing. I mean, that was done so you could ruin our day. We walk about and we can look and say, golly, look at the breadth and length of that statue that they've laid there for all of us to see. Can you matter of factly think they may do that again one day? That's why that was done. And now, suddenly, as proud as you are of your history, you don't want your children to hear it because of their delicate sensibilities. What's this I see? I don't think so, folks. Why now? Why now? I think they feel their end. I'm going to say it again. I think they understand that it's all coming to a close. Let me say this. No one's listening to him anymore. Nobody gives a fuck. Nobody cares about Elon Musk. He's just dwindled into obscurity. Donald Trump looks like an absolute caricature of clownage, lacks maturity. I mean, no one is hearing these folks anymore. They're kind of emperors has no clothes on this dope. I'm serious. And you got to think it just keeps going down the line as they get older. Their screams and their cries get louder and louder. I can't wait for Mark Zuckerberg to get older. Good Lord, what's he going to do? And Elon Musk has lost his mind. Elon Musk has lost. Nobody's listening to him anymore. Nobody's going to hear what they have to say. They're putting them on the pay no mind list. You can see they're getting a running start in ignoring these motherfuckers, and it's going to drive them insane. So why now? They're as afraid as hell. These people eat fear for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I mean, they're a raw nerve. We're walking around scared of their own shadow because it's black. It's just an opinion. I am so damn serious. Have you ever seen these folks nervous as cats in a rocking chair? But I don't know. The 60s, the 70s, the 80s, the 90s, no problem. They sat next to us in school. They heard as they were told about the South and the Confederacy and all the things that were done to Negroes. And I never saw a single child or student get in their feelings. What they did was they took notes, they took the test, they got up, they went home. So this make-believe agitation that's going on in this nation just is a smokescreen for all the things they want to do that are so obscene. You better hear this, folks. This ain't a joke. They're setting the stage to, I guess, just elicit their rage, to really make sure that we're right in place so they can get their hands on us. What do you think this is about? You think this is about them warring against each other? You think that? Think of the purge. Think of that urge. Think of all the things they want to do. I keep saying it. The telegraph comes as clearly from Europe as they can possibly send it. They're finding torture chambers, mass graves, mass rapes. Who do you think those folks are? Who do you think they are? They're not us. And that's on the way. Anyway, I just thought, why now? Very interesting. Again, take a look at what they're doing, not what they're saying. No, take a look at the dance they're doing, not the music they're playing. Y'all better understand the trap they're laying. They are not, they're not about peace. They're all about slaying. You got to think what the chief orange man wants. He's spoken it out loud. He wants to kill all the drug dealers. You know that secret speak for our crowd. Who you think he wants to kill? Come on, man. Come on. Anyway, hey, let's not be stupid. The blonde hair, the blue-eyedness, the light-skinnedness, the let's kill this, the let's do this. Come on, folks. Don't look at it as you wish it to be. Look at it as we plainly see it. I mean, let's just do that shit. All right. Everything but the kingdom. You know what? That's what they're offering. The world is talking about offering out everything but the kingdom. Everything but the kingdom. Every topic, every offering, every allure, every piece of foul manure. The kingdom of God approaches. And they don't want to talk about anything else that broaches that subject. Everything but the kingdom's distractions for all. You know what I mean? You got to think about this. How much distraction can they put in front of you until you begin to understand maybe they don't want you to discover something else? I mean, it's a continual and constant bombardment of look at this, watch this, listen to this, read this, but quiet reflection is frowned upon. Silence, being, if you will, by yourself all alone with your thoughts without anything other than that around you coming in. Listen to what might be heard. I know I sound absurd, but everything but the kingdom. I mean, and ignoring it won't work. They've put in play almost a system of delay, and they don't want you to look. They want you to look away. They don't want you to notice. They want you to be unnoticeable, if you will. But there's something that's being transmitted, if still you just take the time to hear it. But not church on Sunday. That's not going to do it. You understand? That's a controlled frequency by man. What I would advise do is just get alone somewhere in a room, get closed to yourself, and after a while, you may hear it's right there. You never know. I'm just saying, everything but the kingdom. It's coming. The kingdom of God. Who's telling you the kingdom of God is coming? Who is telling Negroes that the kingdom of God is coming? When you go to church on Sunday, do they tell you not to vote because God's kingdom is coming to replace the Democrats, the Republicans, the United States? No? Then why do you go? Yeah, I said so. Everything but the kingdom. If you notice, by its absence, it's pronounced even more so. Do you not understand the kingdom is coming? I mean, it's not just a fantasy. This isn't, this isn't make believe. This is reality. And I pity those who discover it upon its arrival, because then at that point it may be too late for your fucking survival. The kingdom. Negroes lead with the kingdom every day. You get up every day expecting God to arrive. That's being a Negro. That's trying to stay alive. Next! Okay. That's it. All right. Well, after a flub, I recovered. It took me a while, but I try to maintain at least some of my style. Hey, man, I use the N word from time to time, and I sometimes even do it when I rhyme, but I try not to do it while I'm online, and I certainly try to do it while not live. But I did it. It's done. Can't take it back. Show's staying up, and that's a fucking fact. Okay, so next, it's 9:36 in the morning. Thank you so much, folks. You see the stuff at the bottom of the screen there. I don't beg well. I do not beg well. All right, you understand? I thank you for being here. I appreciate that. I thank very well. Thank you so much. I'm Doug Rice. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I do. But I need support from each and every one of you. I don't ask. Typically, I can't do it. I don't know why. It's almost impossible. It's just as possible for me to lie. So you see them down there, right? They're scrolling. Could you please help a brother out? Thanks. Appreciate it. All right. Next. Here we go with the news. Here's what I do. You listen to me. The smiles are going to come off your face. The smiles, the grins will vanish shortly. All of them. You know how you're going to recognize one another? I'm trying to set the stage for you, brothers. Don't you get it? Don't you understand the only identifying that you can really do is those that are grinning and cheesing and skip to Maloo and all that bullshit down a goddamn road? Well, we know who they are about. We know. Okay? But for those of us with a serious countenance that walk about, you'll be noticed, you'll be pinpointed, you'll be chosen right out. They'll know what's on your Negro mind without a smile. It's the way they're going to identify us. So you better get accustomed to it, because the only way you're going to live is if you grin and cheese for them. That's all you'll have to give. So get the smile off your face, folks. This ain't a fucking drill. Just about sheer Negro will. Oh, I'm just having a ball. All right, so look, I know, right? So show came on. The first thing you saw was this. I apologize. I'm just getting this shit together. So what I do is I get the facts out so that you get that grin off. Any satisfied, satiated, at peace, at ease Negro in my presence will more likely get checked out of existence. I want to say that openly. First bit of news. This all-out war on trans people's existence. The Texas legislature is preparing an all-out war on trans people's existence. I mean, here's the thing, folks. What is it that's gotten in their craw? First, they allowed just as much permissiveness and hedonistic activity as their bodies could possibly stand. Just do what thou wilt. That was the order of the day. Now, the pendulum swings. I've talked about it before. Back and forth and back. They don't know what the fuck they want to do. They want to tear this shit apart. and they seem angry at everything that is not what they expect it to be. I don't care about other people's existence to the point that I wish to declare an all-out war. I think there's plenty of room on this planet to stay the fuck away from as many people as you want to stay away from. I don't understand it. What is it that goes through your mind about the lives of other people that just bothers motherfuckers so much? How can you be outside of yourself to the extent that you are in others' business and now you've declared war on their goddamn circumstances? That's caucasity. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, I'm telling you what it is. It's caucasity. It's ridiculous. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Nobody thinks like this. Nobody, listen to me. I don't give a damn. I got my own problem. Who cares? There's too much wealth unevenly dispersed for people to be all up in arms about another person's life like that. I am just going to tell you. I mean, if you can't control what your children learn, if you can't somehow shield them from the things you find to be offensive, and you have to control that circumstance to the point where you go out and attack that which offends, well, look, you're doing too goddamn much, and adieu, fond farewell, you busybody ass motherfuckers. But y'all have fun now here, because this your business. Okay. Moving on, the Doug Show. I am okay. Yeah, it's interesting, isn't it? It is. Oh, wow. They're getting more and more aggressive in how they express themselves. The entire internet. I don't know. I wasn't involved. Lauren Boebert to sit the fuck down after she tweets about Colorado Springs shooting. Dear God, what did she say? Oh, let's find out. I don't even know. She must have said something horrible. You know that LGBTQ, that's a mouthful, the LGBTQ shooting. This morning, the victim and their family, in my opinion, the lawless violence needs to end and quickly. Where do we even begin with this one? Wow, where do we even begin with this one? I don't know. I mean, here's what to do. These are low rent white folks. You want me to say it? I'm saying it to your face. These are the folks now that seem to have the biggest voice in their society. You need me to go deeper? Okay, fine. The most sickly, the most recessive, the most grievous, the most in their fucking feelings, the most fearful, the most armed, the most politically active. What else do you want me to say? Do you want me to say that they obviously most seem to descend from the Aryan kind of area over in Europe, that kind of mid area? We've had a problem with these beings before. We've not had kind of a situation where the claim of superiority kind of ignites the entire earth into, conflict. Are we just stupid to not call right-wing white nationalism exactly that and associated with people who associate themselves with being white? Is that a problem? And now we have the lowest IQ'd of them, proud of their recessive condition, proud of everything about these individuals, that screams the opposite of what they are asserting as they seemingly vanish. They get bred out of existence. Their words, not mine. I am not the person that I've never seen Negroes scream, "You will not replace us." I've not seen that happen before. I don't understand why you just don't call it out. When you see this shit, when we see Boebert, when we see Marjorie Taylor Greene, Donald Trump, Paul Gosar, the list goes on and on. Ask them where they're from. Ask them where they descend from. We've had a problem with these beings for a minute. Y'all just don't want to say it, and I'm just getting in it. Now, I watch them dance around the topic on the news. I mean, they talk about the problem, the attack on democracy. And as white males seem to populate the round table of discussion, looking at each other square in the fucking face. They don't want to say it. They just don't want to say, it's us, is what it is the problem. It's us. And we need to get a handle on this shit before we kill everybody. No, Putin is scared. That's why he's doing what he's doing. He said he's scared. Trump is scared. That's why he's doing what he's doing. He's rousing up the fear in those that follow him, who also say, guess what they say? They say they're afraid. Now, you got the lowest rent folks running this country, and they're about to take even more control of the levers of power. And they've promised havoc. And Negroes had better not be grinning, because we're the target. In the long run, down the long satiated line of violence that they inscribe on each other, they'll eventually turn their attention to us. Do you not understand that? And all the things that give them resentments right now that they have to live with. The prosecutions, the appointments to judicial seating, Senate seats, you know. All that shit that just grabs them in the craw, you know. The backlash of that pressure, when it snaps, every single Negro will experience a stab in the back unbeknownst to man until current time. The knife will dig so deep in the backs of Negroes facing the wrong direction, I don't know that they'll recover, but those that do must run back into the fold, and I can tell you, they will bring it the fuck in. Oh yeah, you're coming home. Some of you got sense to catch. All right, whatever. I just don't like, it's just the rise of it, and in our faces. You need to think of Nazi Germany as Jews watched in horror as brown shirts took control. And it was whipping ass. It wasn't playing. What do you think's coming? And do you know the only cost for your survival is going to be a smile. Next! You know I'm telling the truth. Oh, we didn't have to smile and look down across the other way when we saw him in the 40s and the 50s for fear of getting murdered. You ever talk about that? I mean, you ever thought about the rules in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s just a few years ago involving us and how we interact with them? Some of these rules are shocking. So don't tell me, as I look and gaze upon the descendants of these same motherfuckers, that they got good in their heart toward me, because the devil's alive. Next, and I mean it this time. All right, the show. You tuned in. Hey, all right. Yeah, this is interesting. I got an answer to a real simple answer. Former FBI official asks how the Colorado Springs shooter was able to get a gun after the past involved with guns in his whole history. How was he able to get a gun? Because I don't know, he had the complexion for the protection against being barred from doing such things. That's why, because they looked upon him, they gazed upon him in the movie that they played in their mind, didn't include danger. You know, but you let a peace officer, a sheriff, wearing a badge and the uniform, walk in a courtroom armed. And do you know that the security guard just might pull a gun on that officer and try to arrest him? Oh, you didn't think that happened? Yeah. So you see, it's all about the movie. It's all about what plays in their feeble fucking minds, affected by the sun that they can't seem to stay the fuck out of. I mean, and you're doing shit. And if you just get a handle on it, we might live through this shit, but you're not, because you can't call yourselves to account. You can only throw 146 bullets into unarmed Negroes. That's it. You get a wild and out motherfucker that's barreling down the road at 190 miles an hour, cornered off in a car that he's using as a weapon. Not one shot will you fire at your own. That's a problem. You think that's a problem? It's a fucking problem. Moving on, the Doug Show. I am okay. It seems to have recovered. The show has recovered. Okay. I don't get this. I did not actually want that up there. I don't know who put that up there, Jim Jordan. What is this about? Who's six? So a pit bull set on fire after two dogs mauled a 3-year-old boy to death. You set the dog on fire? You set the dog on fire? There's nothing going on. There's nothing in the air. There's nothing wrong with people. It's not that I've never heard that before. It's just that I've never fucking heard that before. You share with yourselves. Tell me. That don't sound. Here's a question. They're asking this now. I don't know. Why the barbarian destruction of Ukraine? Look at that headline. Why the barbarous? Why so bad? And it gives, folks, why do they make it this thing? And they call them barbarians. They're not human. They're tramps that never had anything. I don't know. To barge into a house. Listen to me, Negroes, brothers, sisters, you better understand, this is what they want to do. This is cousin to cousin. What you think's happening? What you think? You don't think so? I think you do. We've seen this before. This is a repeat of repetitive history that keeps repeating itself, involving the same people, the same tribe, the same group, the same affected group, the same. What do you want me to call? What do you want to say? And interestingly, when you go to these countries, they look at Negroes as a threat, a violent threat. But lying under the surface of all of these individuals, who knew? Oh, they were always ready to go. They were always ready for war. They were always ready to shed some fucking blood. You know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, but not fucking sorry. It's time we pointed it out before we're overcome by it. I will not be the Jew that stayed. If there's a way out of here, I'm leaving. That's a little mantra I say. I'll be damned. I'll be damned if I'm going to watch these fools lose their sarcastic minds and sit here without a plan. Now, I ain't saying I'm going anywhere. I'm just saying I'm packed. And all you got to do is watching how they act. Look at them. They call each other barbarians. We're not barbarians. Y'all need to know about Germanic tribes. Y'all need to know about what Rome had to deal with. Are you looking at movies? Gladiator? And you sit there feeling safe. That's what most disturbs me when it involves family. We don't even belong here. This is a fucking punishment. Act like it. Stay alert. This shit's so it'll be interesting. Okay, let's continue. Oh yeah, you tuned in. Hey, you tuned in. What's this, Dave? Well, so the dude thought he could play him close. ESPN Ben Watson leaves set after Peter Byrne jokes about his wife. Well, look at there. Wow. See, I need y'all to understand the entitlement now. The backlash of this apology, the backlash of saying it's late. Look, Kyrie did what he had to do. He did what he felt he needed to do, and I respect that. I can only tell you that now they're going to try to apply whatever they applied to him to all of us. And it begins with the entitlement, the privilege in thinking they can play us fucking close. Let me tell you something, folks. If they open their mouth in your fucking direction even half fucking foul, the only thing we got is the ability to speak. Okay? I mean, they pay for that shit. They love it when we talk, when we sing, when we perform. We do it well. And we can't fight them because, well, they call themselves barbarians. And the creator has said that they specialize in this kind of warfare and violence. So there's no reason to even think about picking up arms. I would never even suggest Negroes move towards that direction. But you can open your mouth and you don't have to be apologetic. And there's going to be a time when the apology is what they want. And that'll be it. And can you imagine being incarcerated, being locked up, being held against your will, and the only thing you have to do is apologize or deny? So many of us focus or fold. It's going to happen. I drift, relax. Continuing. What's next in the news? Let's see. I don't know. They're talking to us crazy. What's next? I don't know. Okay, so somebody said, let's take him seriously. Somebody said, let's give him a shot. I'm giving him a shot. Okay, first, this look is not cool. I don't give, look, you can be as Hebrew as you want. Take that shit out your mouth and act like you got some goddamn sense. But this, Kanye posts shalom on Twitter. Look, folks, we're going to call this the way it is right now. This is nothing more than attention now. Let's stop. He's making this a game. Is he just pilking away? What is he just? Look, it isn't even necessary. And then I saw him in a video earlier where he's relocated a store, bought out all kind of stuff saying Yeezy 24, as if he's hinting he's running for president. So what kind of game is he playing with the Most High? The Most High don't like games, not like that. Now that's a game. And you're going to sit there and talk about we the people of the book and yada, 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 and take a hit. Okay. Waking a few people. Okay. But now you're back to promoting your brand. Ye 24, Kanye, right? I mean, I watched it this morning. It was the latest video. So he's back at the self-aggrandizement, the self-promotion. Was any of it real, or is he just a fucking head case? Now they got Kyrie back in order, and Kanye seems to have found his footing. What do you think their next move is for the next of us that says something that they don't fucking like? Well, we shall see. We shall see. We shall see. I'm banned off Twitter. That's fine. So I tried something. I want you to know this. I tried something. I looked up Negro news, and I got ammunition manufacturer brings 125 jobs back to Arkansas. I don't get that. That was interesting. But shortly thereafter, I think I saw something that really caught my eye. I want to get this for you. When we go to war, we expect a few things to happen. We don't want, we don't want crap to happen, right? We want war to be as simple as possible. Well, this just in, folks. Yeah, you're reading that correctly. Yeah, you are. Yeah, it says, bring Negro's ear, combination between Russian sadist with his mother intercepted. At the same time, the occupant admitted that the commander starved him to death. So here's the long and short of it. There are no Ukrainians here anymore. Negroes, Arabs, French, Canadians. Do you want me to bring you a Negro's ear, Mom? He suggested, although he himself admitted that he's only the second line of defense. And I think you need to understand that. I mean, do you understand the ramifications of a conversation between folks that are fighting in the Russian military regarding war trophies, and a Russian soldier who texts his mother and asks her specifically, "Do you want me to bring you a Negro's ear?" That don't strike you as odd? They're accustomed to wearing us as apertures and accessories, come our apertures as accessories and things of that nature. Skin made lampshades, head, all kind of shit. This one in 2022, dated, yes, the 18th, has asked his mother if she wants him to bring her the ear of one of us. It's good, huh? Let that carry you through the week. Let that sink in. How's that feel? How's that feel to think that there are people that they consider civil walking around that would suggest such a thing? Do you understand what they think of us? Okay, I'm just going to continue because hey, that's what I do. I don't mind. I'm going to just keep going. So I don't get it why you must be apart, but okay. North Little Rock black man reimagines Santa Claus. What the fuck are you doing? Why? Why are you doing that? Why? Okay. I'll just move on. All right, I'm going to keep going until I get to my end here because I got a lot of stuff here. Here we go. Oh, here we go, folks. Little progress. It took him so long. FBI announces juvenile responsible for racist bomb threats against historically black colleges. So again, they're children acting out. The children harassing our children. Through the children come the intent. The Creator commanded that we kill the children of our enemies in biblical times. We're now beginning to understand why this was necessity, because as they get more intelligent younger, they express sooner the sentiment they'll have as an older person. And now we get to see that accelerated growth express itself publicly by way of harassing and bullying black children to the point of suicide, catcalling, doing all kind of shit, having a slave question circulated throughout the school as a topic to vote on. And, during games, saying all kind of racist shit during games. But this, after all this, the racist bombing threats for historically black colleges, they find a juvenile, a child, responsible. So what does that say about the adults that surround us? That's the danger. That's what I'm talking about. It's like a still water of lethality that just surrounds Negroes. At any moment, boil. All right. Okay, so this, I had to include it. I did. Only because it seemed like it was relevant. Yeah, the Nets lift Kyrie's suspension. The star guard admits apology should have come sooner. Fuck them and their apology. Thank you for that rating. I appreciate that. I quite don't understand why all the hubbub about this man posting Hebrews to Negroes, but they got their fucking apology and they can fucking choke on it now. They can take the apology and shove it up their asses. I'm not going to apologize. So few of us will, so many of us might, if you understand our plight. But, they count that as a win. And for that's almost a fucking sin. I don't like that shit. Let's see. What do we got? I got the Negro ear. I think we did this. Yeah. This is an interesting observance. I found this to be true. This guy says that M'Baku could have been Black Panther. Why didn't they want Black Panther? Any reason why they went to a woman is now the black man? Why didn't they want this portrayed in movie theaters throughout the world, everywhere? Why didn't they want that as a Black Panther? Why did they move to and that along with the woman king, huh? We're just being removed from the equation, but it won't work because, as we know, God Almighty has hair of wool and skin of burnt bronze. So when that individual arrives, perhaps he can adjust the attitudes. Okay, I'll continue. Here we go. Oh yes, we know. Could have been. I've got doubles here. Don't care about that. The Smithsonian's got something about cultural black music. The shooting in Colorado, and the one person that they interviewed was a black male who talked about how tragic it was. And let's just hope that he doesn't become representative of what they seemingly hate. They seem to have a real good way of taking other issues that they have, hate that black people that may be a part of, and really leaning into the hatred of those issues. I don't know, it just seems. Oh, what's this about, folks? We're almost done. What's this? John Mellencamp sits for the national anthem. Whoa! Whoa! What are you doing, John? Wow! He sits for the national anthem. Wow! Does he know the second stanza? Is that it? Did he look into that shit? You do know the second stanza talks about killing Negroes, right? I mean, it's just look into it. I don't know. I'm trying to keep everybody as abreast as possible, and not to coin a phrase I've already fucked up one time today. That'll be enough of that. As I mentioned, folks, Saudi Arabia beheads people by sword in new wave of execution. Isn't that odd that they mention that while the United States buys guillotines? By sword. Now look, I've been checking this bro out right here. He got the most wicked, evil smile, like he knows some shit. You know what I mean? Either that or he just so rich he doesn't give a damn. But tell me that he does not resemble a Negro. That hair, that's some wool hair. I don't know. I take that turban off. That's gonna be a brother right there. I'm gonna say it. I'm done. I don't want him to send nobody at me. Far be it for me to be chopped up in little pieces and taken out of this house in fucking garbage cans. I don't know what to tell you. I don't need to report that. What else we got? Oh, I want to say this. So notice the headline. Basketball world reacts to disturbing rape arrest Sunday. Naturally, I want to see who the fuck they're talking about. And this is what I get. I get a fucking basketball. So I got to read into the article to get the name of the dude that they're talking about. And his name, I believe, is Rob McClanahan. So that's when I get the actual photo of the culprit arrested during the rapes. But isn't it interesting how MSNBC Basketball World reacts to disturbing rapes arrest Sunday? And did the basketball do the rape? Is the basketball the culprit? Do you see how now? Ask a question. What if the rapist had been a Negro? But let's look at that photo one more time. They talked about rape and they put something that looked like burnt. I'm just stop. Okay, I'll stop. All right, that's it, folks. I do appreciate you tuning in. I apologize for my Freudian slip. I'm certain somebody's going to say something about that, but I don't really give a damn if you don't understand. It's just a fucking slip. Also, a public service announcement. Toothpaste. I am going to warn Negroes right now, openly, as I leave, about the perils of toothpaste. Do not use toothpaste. Use tooth polish or something like that, or some other crap. You can't see it because of the lighting, but don't use fluoride. Don't use fluoride. Don't use toothpaste. Trust and believe. Take it at face value. Do your research. Your teeth don't have to be pearly white. Just use polish. Remove the fluoride from your lives. All right, that's it. Thank you for staying, those of you that did. I am going to go. You see, I'm losing my voice, and I'm a little bit over, 9 minutes over. I apologize for my faux pas. I don't know how I might edit that. Who knows how I might do that? But it's Monday. I think we've covered a lot. What do you think? And I mean, you want to go about your day as happy as possible. And I understand that, as content as possible. But the times don't call for that now. No, no. You know what? You've had enough time to relax. You've had enough time to do it your way. It's now time to do it a different way. And now that way should be as seriously attentive to your surroundings, understanding in every respect how you arrived at this circumstance as a Negro in America. I'm not talking about a Jew or a Hebrew or an Israelite because those terms they have run a trod, run over, and just used, misused. But if you are a conscious, woke Negro, I better say that right, huh? You know, you have a responsibility to not only realize your circumstances, where you come from, how you got here, the whole shebang, including our choice results, not just the oppressor and what they've done, but in all respects, how we've gotten here. You have that obligation to expect exodus, to expect that we will be relieved of this place. I look forward to that. Those of you that want to get comfortable and smile, well, I bid you a fond farewell, and I hope you're all right. I don't suspect you will be if you decide to stay here or have settled your mind here. This place is not for us. It's not made for us. It's not built for us. And we're not meant to remain here. All right, that's it. Don't drop your phone. You guys have a great day. I got to go. I got to get my ass to work. I got shit to do. Okay. I forgot naturally. Earlier I made a Freudian slip. I screwed up. I admit it totally. But, not perfect. I want to send you away with this one thought. If you are happy as a Negro right now, if you are happy, if everything is all right in your life, then you need to really examine just what the fuck you're doing. Because this is a war. We're under attack. I mean, this ain't time for funs and games. And listen, your participation is not required. And guess what? It's a war that can be fought against you without participating and in good spirits. You can laugh and smile and grin and cheese and tap dance your way through this entire conflict until they come for you. And they'll let you go on about your day, just, stepping and fetching and stepping. But if you just for one moment, family, just for a second, take my advice and get that grin off your face long enough to see the results of that action, you'd understand a little more deeply how deep their rabbit hole goes regarding Negroes. And it goes deep. This isn't a game. This is sinister in every respect. This is a long-term plot from thousands of years ago, put in place now, unraveling right in front of them, right under them. And they're looking as calm as a cucumber, some of them. But if you want to break through that void, if you want to break through that space, get that goddamn grin off your face. Okay, well, it had to